Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Mostly Low Budget Movie Reviews. I am your host, Clarence. Thank you for tuning in. In today's episode, I have a new theater release called Missing, which I've been looking forward to since I saw the trailer last year. Now, this is not a direct sequel to the movie Searching, a movie about a father looking for his missing daughter, which was very good, one of the best in that new social media internet type subgenres. Once I found out the same crew was behind this one, Missing, that did Searching, I was all in. However, I wasn't sure if they had another story that could follow up that first movie. I mean, the way it played out, the clues, some was in plain sight, some you had to kind of piece together to get the ultimate conclusion, which was very satisfying and it was grounded in reality too, the way they played out that first one. So, I was very curious to see if they had another story in them like that one. So what is this one about? Well, we start out seeing a home video of a last family trip. Spoiler free, won't get into any of that. Then we fast forward and the mother, played by Nia Long, is trying to communicate with her daughter, giving her some final instructions as she's leaving on a week-long trip to Colombia with her new boyfriend. Once she leaves, her daughter, June, does what any teenager would do, spent the week partying. But she does remember that she needs to pick up her mom from the airport, or both of them from the airport. And she goes there, and she waits, and she never gets off the plane. No answer on the phone when she tries to call her, no text back. So she calls the hotel where she was staying, and the clerk asks if she's calling about their bags. And that's where I'll stop, because from there she uses all the social media accounts and the internet to try to piece together what happened to her mom and, locate her. But it leads her down this rabbit hole of information she didn't know was there. So what did the pros think? Well, they came in at an 82% on 71 reviews, with the audience at 90% on over 100 reviews on the Rotten scale. And what did I think? Well, let me start with these positives. Solid performances from everybody all around. I liked Javier. I can't think of the guy's name. Oh, actually, I don't know the actor's name. He was pretty good. He played her like her assistant type person in Colombia. But Storm Reed, who plays the daughter, was excellent in the role. But I haven't really seen her bad in anything. She's a pretty good young actress. Anyway. A key role to these kinds of movies is how they integrate all the internet social media stuff. And again, they did an excellent job. Everything she did was logical, and it was cool to see her thought process, because she would, start typing something or start to go to a site, or then she'll change her mind or erase things and try multiple things before she gets the information or the answer right that she's trying to get to. Also love the way they gave us some backstory and some history. For example, we pretty much get to see the whole courting process with her mother and her boyfriend Kevin. To see the messages and how it progressed was a very nice touch, and they could have skipped all of that because it really didn't matter, but it added much needed background that I didn't even know that I wanted or needed. And initially, they do a great job of keeping you on your toes. At least at first they did, and that's where my negatives start. While the movie Searching, nothing was telegraphed. They gave you all the information, but you really had to pay attention and piece everything together yourself along with the father. So we're getting the clues at the same time, but, how quickly we put it together depends on, yourself. Because he's going to put it together, but you can actually put it together yourself, which was, fun to do. But in this movie, after the initial opening, they gave away way too many clues that would point you where they wanted you to look and point you in the right direction. So a lot of the twists that came along later, I had figured out long before the reveal. And it started with the marketing campaign before the movie even came out. Now, the trailer alludes to the mother having a secret or something that she's not telling the daughter. They shouldn't have done that at all. They should have just gave us a movie and said, hey, she's missing. We're going to look for her. Because when they did that, it put me on high alert to kind of nitpick and look at everything and kind of take it apart. Had they not told me that, maybe I wouldn't have paid so much attention to certain things and I wouldn't have figured it out so quickly. And then there's the inconsistency with June. In some parts, she has a natural progression and she's smart and she's figuring things out. And then other areas, they make her really kind of slow, like she doesn't know what's going on. And it felt manufactured and not at all natural, like the father who was just starting to learn about social media and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of got that, he might not know where to go or what to do right away. She, is very social media savvy and things like that. And so certain things she should have just had a natural progression to go to, and they stretched it out. I don't know if they did it, to make the story longer or what, but, they didn't really do that. So, like, one example, she's trying to figure out a password, and it's painfully obvious what the password is because it's her mother's password. And she starts to do it, and she puts part of it in, and then she just gives up until she has this aha moment later in the movie, 30 minutes later, and she's like, oh, yeah, this is what it probably is. And then she gets in and she does her thing, and it just felt fake. I'm like, no, she should have figured it out 30 minutes ago, and, yeah, the movie would have been a lot shorter had she done that. But, again, if they wanted her to take a long time, they shouldn't have had that piece in that right there. But it's just lazy writing to me. And finally, they go way too far with the twist and how it plays out. And, where, like I said, the other movie was pretty grounded in what they did in reality. You could see how that played out. Of course, certain things had to work out just perfectly to happen. But at the same time, it wasn't like, oh, wow, all over the top. There were certain things in here that was just over the top that shouldn't happen or couldn't happen. But I don't want to beat this movie up too much. Let me bottom line this one for you. Did I enjoy it? And yes, I did enjoy it. This, was a good movie. I'll put this one right at 80% on the Rotten scale. Not nearly as well written as the original. The mystery was too, easy to solve for me anyway. However, the setup and execution of pulling off yet another movie done entirely online through technology was spot on once again. And it had some clever Easter eggs hidden in there too with references to the other movie. So if you're paying attention, and I suggest you do, and as a matter of fact, I suggest you watch Searching if you haven't seen that one, and then watch this one, and then pay attention to everything going on on the screens in the background and articles and things like that. There's a lot of little Easter eggs that you'll be like, wait a minute, that wasn't the first movie, that's a continuation of this. Or, yeah, there's like a really clever Netflix documentary thing they had on it. It's just really cool if you kind of piece it all together and kind of watch it that way. Definitely a worthy successor to, this one in the series. And I kind of wonder if they got another one in them. Maybe they should do a trilogy and do like one more just to kind of close it all off and maybe take the tech piece of it to another level. Because that's what they did here. We saw what the father did to do Searching. Then we saw what somebody who kind of sort of knows what they're doing, looking for someone. So a third movie, maybe they could take it to a different place and, off the beaten path, because now they've done it twice, or they might want to just leave it alone. I don't know. Now I'm just rambling on about it. But anyway, yeah, if you're into mystery type thriller movies, definitely go check this one out this weekend. You won't be disappointed going to see this one and paying that full price in the theaters. But yeah. With that being said, I'm going to close it out right here. If this is your first time, don't make it your last. This has been a Podbean production, mostly low-budget movie reviews with Clarence. Check me out on all streaming platforms. I have a huge catalog of movies now, so go back, scroll through, see if you're just looking for something random. I definitely got you there. But if you're looking for some of the bigger name titles, I don't do them all, but if you're looking for some of the big name titles, I do a lot of them, and you can just scroll back and check them out and see if they're in my catalog. And of course, you can always contact me on my social media stuff and make a suggestion or make a request, and I will definitely try to get to it. Like this weekend, I'm probably gonna get to a request that I've had cooking for a minute, and it's in my most disturbing movie category. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and watch it because I saw it was like a foreign type movie, so I don't know if there's a bunch of subtitles I gotta read or pay attention or what. But I think this weekend I'll have time to sit down and dive into that. But yeah, definitely come back again if you want to know what that movie was, or, just in general, come back again. But anyway, thank you for the support. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.